Alright. I had an idea of something I could start doing, and it's basically instead of recording like once at the end of the week, which is what I usually do, I would probably record every day, or most days, for 5 or 10 minutes, or I don't know if just something happens and I could cut it all together. And I don't know if they'd even look any different on your end, but for me it's like I I feel like maybe I forget some things I want to talk about, or I don't know. I'll probably start doing that. I'm not doing that this video because obviously I don't have the luxury of recording whenever I want right now that I'm staying with my family. But when I move back in to my university, I'll probably do that. Anyway, just had an awful few days, like terrible. I guess I'll pick up the story where I left off the last video. Nothing happened at all last video. So I came down on Monday. I'm recording this on Thursday. I'll probably upload it the same day. First of all, it's bad when it's a double upload in a week. I've had a bad week when I make 2 videos, but anyway, I came down Monday the 18th, and I'm coming down to my hometown to spend Christmas with my family. This isn't really my choice, but it is what it is. I'm not. In hindsight, to be honest, I wouldn't have come if I'd have known what was going to happen. I wouldn't have come, but here we are. And it's not like I really had a choice anyway, to be honest. But I realised I should probably buy some Christmas presents for people in my family, because I hadn't got them anything at this point. So like maybe 2 hours before my train was due, I went into the high street of my town, and this is my university town, not my hometown, and I went to this charity shop. Now listen, don't judge me for going to a charity shop, okay, to buy for my family, because the thing is, you can get some cool stuff in there, and to be honest, like, my family don't really want anything anyway. Like, I certainly don't want anything. I didn't ask for anything for Christmas. But I thought it's just kind of a quick, cheap thing to do, right? And I'm not made of money, to be honest with you. So I went in there, and the worker there, because these charity shops or second-hand shops, whatever you want to call them, they have the kind of counter there, and they have this worker who you just that's really the only person they have there. These are small shops anyway. The ones I were going to were small. And I went into this one shop where the girl who was working at the register was pretty cute. I thought she was she's like a Becky. She's not a 10 out of 10, but she was a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. Like, I have a personal taste in what I like, and she fit it quite well. And I don't know what it was about her. It's just like, I have a weird taste in women. I don't know, but I thought, I knew there's no point asking her out because I'm going to get rejected, but I thought, well, the sad thing is there were two things going through my head, and one of them was it will make content for a video, which is, I don't think that should be motivating my decisions, but the main thing I was thinking was, well, you never know, this could be the time. And that's literally like gambler's mentality, that's it's crazy, doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different outcome is crazy. And that's what I did, and I did say after my last rejection, which was a few months ago, I did say I'm not going to ask girls out anymore, which I'd stuck to. I wasn't even really thinking about it, and I was doing alright, coping on my own. But the thing is, given the choice, this is why I think the whole MGTOW thing is kind of stupid, is because given the choice, any man is going to want to be with a woman, It's like every man is a man going their own way until they have the option not to, That's why people call them men sent their own way, and that's what they are. There's no other way. There's no way around it. That's what they are. And yeah, I'm a man sent my own way. I don't want to be in this situation. I was, by swearing off women and saying I'm not going to ask women out anymore, I'm not going to pursue them, I was going my own way, you can say, but I certainly didn't want to be in that situation, because look, I didn't even have really an opportunity to go out with someone. I just had the ability to go at the slot machine again, so to speak, and I took it, and that's how it will go for all men, I think. Thing is, I was too kind of nervous to ask her out, because there were a lot of people coming and going from this shop, and I thought I'm just going to have to do this in front of people, because I couldn't really get a moment in to kind of just talk to her, me and her. And even though after so many rejections, the sting of the rejection gets number over time, you get used to that, I find personally I don't get any less nervous beforehand, I still am nervous. So what I did was I went to this pub just down the street, a minute away, and I had a bunch of drinks. Now I ordered 3 shots at first, of tequila, and like I don't really drink shots, but I had 3 shots of tequila, and I went back, and I went back into the shop, and there was like a second worker there talking to her, and this second worker was like, yeah, like sub 5. She was probably my looks match, to be honest. I probably should have asked her out. But they were just talking, and I was kind of like, well, what am I going to do? Interrupt? Like, I made that mistake last time I asked a girl out. You know, last time I got rejected, I asked this girl out, and her friend was next to her, and her friend started laughing at me, and she was just ignoring me. It's like I made that mistake once, you know. I might be doing the same thing again and again. I might be being crazy, but I'm not just going to do the exact same thing again and have the same brutal thing happen to me. So I went back to get some other drinks, because to be honest, I wasn't really feeling the effect of them yet. Now obviously I'd just taken them, so I should have just been patient, but I didn't know like how long I could really like hang around here. And also, like I said, my train was in 2 hours, so I went back and had 3 more shots. So I had 6 shots of tequila in the space of about 5 minutes, and I went back, and by now I was kind of feeling a bit more confident, and she was on her own. So I went up to her and I said to her, first of all, I was like, I'd already bought stuff from the shop, so I'd already like spoken to her and to like buy these gifts for my family. So it was like really awkward, and I went up to her and I was like, first thing I said to her was sorry, which is a terrible opening. Not that it matters, of course, but she was just like laughing. She was like, oh, it's okay, and she was like doing like nervous laughter. And then I said to her, I think you're really pretty. I was wondering if I could take you on a date. It's over, dude. It's so fucking over. But the thing is, like, I like mumbled it because I was so nervous. I kept looking around and I like said it quietly, so she had to ask me to repeat it. Fuck me, it's terrible, man. It's a cruel world. I don't even know if I want to go on describing this, but I guess I have to. So I repeated what I said a bit louder, and then she started laughing. Like, she was like, but she seemed like really surprised, and she put her like hand on her chest, and she's like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, but I can't. And she put like her hand over her mouth because she was laughing. And I was just like, it's okay. And I just like walked out. I didn't even look back, because I know they were probably like staring at me, or she probably called her friend over and they started laughing. She's like, oh, that like, fuck, I don't even want to think about it, you know. But yeah, I just went home. No, I didn't even go home after that. I went back to the pub and I had a pint of beer to cope. I kind of turned to alcohol to cope, which was dumb because I'd already had 6 shots. I just needed to wait 5 minutes, and I don't know, I didn't do that. So I was pretty drunk. I walked home and I was really pissed off, because like at first it was like embarrassing, and then I went in the pub and like I didn't even care. And maybe it was because I was drunk, or maybe it was because it's just like you know, you do get used to it after a while. You do get used to being rejected again and again. But either way, I went home, and on the walk home I started to get like really angry, and I was like, man, fuck this, I'm not doing this again. Which, I know it's not the first time I've said that, it's probably not going to be the last, but we'll see. Maybe I will ask a girl out again. I know I'm never going to succeed, but there you go. Anyway, so yeah, I had to catch the train in like an hour at this point, and so what I did was I packed like my like all the stuff I needed, like some clothes and stuff. My laptop's not working anymore. I think I talked about this like a while ago, but basically last time I was home, I had like basically like a breakdown and ran away from university, and I went home to stay with my family, and I brought my laptop, except my laptop ran out of charger and I forgot the charger, and they bought like a new one, except it wasn't the right size, and they just tried to like ram it in, and I think they ended up breaking the charger. So my laptop doesn't work anymore. That's great. So I had to bring my computer, because the thing is, all of my like schoolwork as well is on my computer. Even, you know, even if it's not about like making videos and like video games and all other kind of like stuff, like I still need to do the work on my computer, you know. So I had to bring that down. So I packed that all in. I brought like my monitor and everything, which was a huge mistake. I put this all in a cardboard bag, and I like took like my raincoat and I just like sellotaped it over the bag. This was such a stupid fucking idea looking back. And like I'd already come up with this idea, by the way, like before I was drunk. This isn't like, I didn't think of this because I was drunk and it like inhibited my judgment. I'm just an idiot. I had thought of this like days in advance, that this is what I was gonna do when I was sober. Man, fucking hell. The clumsy pill is just the most brutal black pill, because it's laughable, you know. It's really people laugh at people falling over, people laugh at people who are clumsy, you know. And it's just like, I think like it's not even about IQ. It's just like I'm just a fucking idiot, you know. It's like I always, like ever since I was a little kid to up to like today, I always break things, I always lose things. I always like forget what I'm doing. I can't keep track of like dates and stuff. I always forget about deadlines. Like I'm just the most clumsy person ever, you know. And it doesn't help like my my hand-eye coordination isn't very good because obviously I'm blind in one of my eyes, which means my depth perception, which is basically like how well you can tell if stuff is far away or not, that's like really bad for me. Like I can't pour like drinks and stuff in cups. Like I can't like tell how far away things are just by looking at them, so that's like, it's like my vision is completely 2D, kind of. That's the way I would describe it. I have to like tell by the size of objects how far they are away, and it's just a bit weird. But well, it's not weird for me, I'm used to it, but I'm just saying it makes me more prone to being clumsy, I guess, on top of the fact that I'm kind of a moron as well. But anyway, I packed this stuff, and I had a suitcase as well full of clothes. Obviously I can't carry a suitcase and a box all the way down to the train station, so I called a taxi, and I got in the taxi. I just went to the train station, and that was like pretty much without incident. And I put my box and stuff down, suitcase. You can slot the suitcases in these little like alcove bits, so that was fine. Now I called the train the Subhuman Express. I've called it that since I got on it last time, which was like a month ago, I guess, maybe a bit more. And that name is well deserved, let me tell you. I got on the train and I was sitting in front of this really fat guy. This guy was like spilling over into the aisle, right? Like if you imagine the seats go down on either side, his like leg was spilling out. And the train's like, you book in advance and you get like an assigned seat, and there is one seat next to the aisle and one seat next to the window. And this guy was sitting in the seat, next to the aisle, so he was like blocking people, but there was no one next to him. Like he could have sat in the window, but I guess his designated seat said he was sitting at the aisle. And the thing is, it's like, I get you're trying to be considerate so that if someone comes they can sit at the window and you're not blocking their way, but the thing is, when you're that size it doesn't even matter. And anyway, this guy, like, most typical like Reddit Discord mod looking guy, like he had like a neck beard, like he looked like one of those dinosaurs from Jurassic Park where they have like the fan around their head and they like it fans open, and just on his beard, or just on his neck, and he had this like ginger neck beard, and he had these little glasses upon his like nose, and he had a really like pudgy nose, and he had like a really like nasally voice, which I guess I'm not really one to criticize someone for that. But I sat in front of this guy and he just kept talking to me the whole time, and he would not take a hint. Like I was drunk and I just got rejected and I was completely miserable as always, and I just wanted to be left alone, and this guy just kept talking to me. He was in his 3rd year of university, and he was like, "Are you first year?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You want my advice?" And he kept saying that to me the whole train journey. He was like, "You want my advice?" And this is a 3-hour train journey, mind you. This is not and I was drunk, and by the end of it I was getting hungover. And this guy was just talking to me non-stop. It's like, just take a hint. I've got my eyes closed and I'm resting against the wall. I do not want to be talked to. And he was just telling me all this bullshit. He was like, "Oh, I own 7 samurai swords. If someone tries to break into my accommodation, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? You want my advice? You want my advice? Join the societies." As if I need like more people giving me advice. I already have like a bunch of people on YouTube saying, "Just do this, bro. Just do this, bro." I don't need more advice. It's really, and he kept saying that like word for word. If you want my advice, if you want my advice. Anyway, and he was getting off like halfway through the journey, and at one point I excused myself to the toilet, and I just looked on my phone at the map to see like how far away it was, just so he would get off. And he did get off, and sitting behind him, so if you imagine like I'm there, then he's behind me, so behind him is this like Asian couple, and it's like a hardcore Ricel guy, and I assume like his girlfriend. And it's like, the thing is, a lot of Asians can get away with being sub 5 because they get like arranged marriages and stuff, and like that would be a best case scenario for me. It's like I just get given a wife, to be honest. Like I know like forced marriage is wrong, child marriage is wrong. I'm not saying any of that's okay, but I think like having the family like dictate and arrange that. I mean, as long as your family isn't weird, but if your family is weird, then you're probably not getting a partner any other way, because they're giving you their subhuman genes. So, but yeah, and there was like a confusion, because I guess like the fat guy was in their seat, and they were like, "This is our seat," and he was like, "Oh really? I don't know." And they were like comparing tickets, and it's like, it doesn't matter. There's like 100 empty seats on the train. It doesn't, half of them aren't even taken. And at like a certain point, I went to the like on board like shop they have like a mini bar on the train. So, because I mean it's a long journey. And I went to that bar. I went to the bar last time I was on the train. I don't know if I talked about this, but I was like really thirsty and I wanted some milk. Except they don't serve milk, but they do have little sachets of milk for the tea or coffee. So I just got like 20 or 30 of them, and I just like squeezed them all into a cup. And this is probably one of the weirder things I've ever said, but it tastes a lot like breast milk, or what I would imagine it tastes like. So I know some of you are pretty weird. If you want my advice, just get them little milk sachets from the like Starbucks. You can probably get them from Starbucks. Just get a bunch of them, and yeah. But I went to the minibar. I didn't get that milk this time, but I got like a bunch of little bottles of wine. They had like mini bottles of red wine, and I got like 6 of them, and I just like drank them all on the train until I finally like got home. And I arrived in London, and London is not a good place to be drunk when you're, you know, you have all these bags and stuff. Anyway, I finally got home, and when I got home, I opened up my box with my computer, and like, I'm such an idiot. Like, I don't know why I expected it to happen, but my keyboard was all smashed up. Like, a bunch of keys were missing. I still don't have them. They're probably lying around in the streets of London somewhere. And my monitor was smashed as well. And like, luckily my computer was fine, but it's just like such a stupid thing to do, you know. I don't know what I expected to happen. It was just like, I just felt really bad about it, because I don't like wasting stuff, you know, especially not like expensive things and like breaking them. I mean, last time I was down, I broke my phone as well, and that, I mean, that wasn't even an accident. That's because I'm a retard as well. But I don't know, it felt bad, and it's like I got it all fixed now. Like I got like a setup anyway. I have like a tiny little TV, like a monitor from like 2005, and like it works, you know. It's like it really is, it's fine. But it's just yeah, like I say, the clumsy pill. Anyway, yeah, but I finally arrived back in my hometown, and my mum's there, and she like and my mum's, first of all, my mum's not happy about the like tech stuff, and it's like, it's bad enough, you know, it's bad enough like me knowing like I broke it and stuff without her like whining about it at me, you know, like, oh, you did this, you did this. I was like, I know, you know, just leave me alone, you know. And the thing is, like with my mum and like with everyone in my family, actually, like the more I say it's fine, you know, leave me alone, the more they like whine, you know. And they get annoyed at me for being like miserable and cagey. They're like, you know, if I do something wrong and they like whine at me and I keep quiet, they're like, oh, don't be miserable about it, you know, don't be. And it's like, oh, just like go away, you know. I'm like, leave me alone, and that just makes it worse, you know. They're just like whining more and more, and it's like, I've got to be here till January. Man, I forgot how bad this was. I wasn't wrong when I predicted I was gonna have a mental breakdown. I think I might, to be honest. And anyway, then my mum told me that sometime while I was away, she apparently had a stroke and she had to go to the hospital. And like, I was pretty shocked when she told me, to be honest, because it was like, I didn't, like, obviously I wasn't expecting it, and she hadn't told me, and this apparently happened like a while ago. It's like, I don't know why she wouldn't tell me, but whatever. It's like, the thing is though, it's like, thinking about that is like, I mean, my mum was telling me like apparently she could have died and stuff, and it's like, I don't know if she's exaggerating or not, because the thing is, like, it wouldn't be the first time she'd exaggerated something like that, but at the same time, like, I mean, she was like in an ambulance and did go to hospital. Like, there's no way around that, and you know, it's quite an alarming thing. And I don't know, I just like, I mean, she seems fine now, but it was kind of like, it just reminded me of like my mum is old now, and like she's probably going to retire next year. She took like a month off anyway. I mean, she might be retiring sooner than that. It was like the nail in the coffin for my childhood, I guess. And maybe that seems selfish to talk about me in regards to that, but the thing is, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is. But like when I left school, I was like, that was like, I didn't want to grow up, you know. And then I got like my first job, and that sucked. And then I had to like move out, and it's all like, all of it's like part of growing up, except it's all forced on me. Like, I'm not choosing to grow up, it's just the progression of time. And this is like this is like another thing, you know. And it's like, my mum has all these pills to take now, and she was like showing me and stuff, and like she just seems so much older, you know, like grey hair and stuff. And like people in my family have grey hair, you know, they have grey hair in their 20s. My mum and my uncle both got like grey hair when they were in their early 20s. But the thing is, it's just like, I don't know, it was a real reality shock, you know, really. And at first I didn't even like really feel anything. Like when she told me, I was just kind of like, okay. And then I had like a dream the next night, and the thing is, I usually don't like talking about my dreams, because I think like symbolism and stuff in dreams isn't really important. Like, I don't like to read into it too much. But I had this dream where I was like with my mum, and then like I got lost somewhere, and then she like had her like face and her hands, and like the skin was like connected. It's really hard, I don't know how, it's kind of hard to describe, but it was like it was all sewn together and stuff. And it was just kind of alarming. And maybe it's nothing, I don't know, but it just kind of gave me the creeps. And like, if my mum does die, like I would have like literally no one, you know. Like financially that would be pretty bad, obviously like emotionally as well. Like I do love my mum, like even though I do complain and stuff in my videos a lot of the time. And I don't know, it would be a really like crappy situation to say the least. I mean, I'm probably under exaggerating, I don't know, but I just like it's over now, and like she seems to be fine, so like I can't really get like it was all kind of over before it even began, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, anyway, but I also, in my rush to leave on time, like on Monday, I actually forgot the presents I bought for my family, so I had to go out and buy some more today. So I went out and bought some stuff, and it was, whatever. And I was walking home, and I walked past where I used to work, and that was kind of weird. Like the store I used to work at, and it was like the layout's all different, and I wonder if that girl who rejected me, like that was one of my first ever videos, like she kind of started it all. I doubt she still works there. She probably went to university, to be honest, but like imagine how like different my life would be if she'd like accepted. Like obviously she didn't, and she never would, because like of the way I look and stuff, and like I'm not surprised she didn't, but I'm just saying, like it's just weird to think about. Like yeah, I don't know, life is like weird like that, I don't know. But anyway, I was walking home from there, and I was just at the side of the road, and it was like a light, like one of those traffic lights, and it was red, and these like two vans pulled up, like white vans, and there were these like young people in them, like Chads to Chadlites, like chavvy British people. Anyone who's English will know what I'm talking about, like really scummy looking young people. And they just like they started beeping at me and telling me to like cross the road and stuff, and it's like it's a red light, it doesn't matter, and I'm just standing there. And like it's like I don't know why do you even care? Like why does it matter? And the light goes green and they go, and as they go, I didn't cross the street, I just waited, right? And the light turned green, and because there are cars coming the other way, I can't see if there are cars coming or not, so I'm not just going to cross the street randomly, right? Especially not because they just told me to do it, right? So I'm just standing there, and as they drive past, they reach out the window and like will flip me off, and I don't know if I know these people or not, to be honest. They went to school with me, I don't know, but it's just like I don't get why everyone is so rude, like why it sounds kind of dumb, but why are people so mean? Like why does it matter? Like genuinely, why do you care? Like it affects you in no way whatsoever, and it's just like I don't know, and I don't know. It was like the exact same thing that happened to me the other day, and this dude just started filming me for no reason and like laughing hysterically at me, and it's like I'm walking around with a target on my back. Literally, is how it feels. And some of it's the Phalo effect, I'm sure, but that can't completely account for it. Surely, it's just. Yeah, anyway, and I just got home from that. That happened like an hour ago, maybe, if that, and it's just like I'm so pissed off, It's not like obvious from my voice, I don't think, but like I'm really angry at the world, I guess. I don't know. Like every time I start to get like a little bit white pilled, like the black pill just comes back to collect, because it's like it's not even about girls, and it's just like I just hate everyone, dude. I really do. Like I'm just a very angry person now. Obviously, like if I had my way, I would still be like completely inside, like a shut-in. I'm probably going to drop out of university, I don't know, because it's like I don't like feasibly how can I like stay in my room. Like I know all my lectures are online. I talked about this last time, like all my lectures are online, all my tests are online. It's like realistically I don't need to leave my room, but it's like how long can you play that game, because they don't like it, and they keep emailing me being like you need to go to lectures, and it's like at some certain point, like I'm sure they'll like kick you out, and it's like there are some classes that attendance counts towards a grade and stuff, and I know people will just be like, oh, just go to the lectures. It's like that's the whole point of what I'm saying. It's like I can't, and it's like I might just drop out, to be honest, because there are so many other reasons why I hate it anyway, to be honest. It's like that's not the only reason, but I don't know what would I even do, like because trade school, I mentioned that idea, but like you have to go out for that, and it's like if my mum's like retiring, it's not like I can exactly like mooch off my family, for money. And I guess like disability, because of my eye, I could probably collect disability, but where would I even live? Like it's just like I'm not staying here in this fucking country. Hell no. It's I don't know. Like I'm running out of options, really. Like realistically, like I've got loans coming in. I guess I can live off that for a while, and like I can probably like survive with my family for a while. But like the thing is, my family's so like full of shit as well. Like my mum was like, I was talking to my mum about like how much I hated having like a job in retail, and she was like, yeah, you don't need to do that again. And then like she's like, oh, this summer you need to get a job. At the end of this year of university, you need to get a job for the summer. Yeah, and then I went out to dinner with my family, and I mean that was pretty like terrible, to be honest. And like I don't want to be ungrateful for being like taken out to eat and stuff, but the thing is, it's like in terms of conversation, it's just like my mum and a bunch of her friends, and they're just talking about stuff like I can't relate to. And people are asking me like about university, like, oh, how's it going and stuff, and I have to lie, of course, and be like, oh, it's good and stuff, and I want to say like it's terrible, and like I can't say that obviously. And it's just people like talking about such stupid bullshit. And I asked my mum, like, is it going to be like, was it just going to be a bunch of people like talking about like serious, like boring stuff? And she's like, no, it's not. And I show up and people are talking about like lockdown and COVID and shit and like all this boring crap, and it's just like, just shut up, you know. And just, it's just like people circle jerking each other, you know. And like I remember one time I went out with my mum's friends and they were talking about like COVID, and they asked me like, oh, are you? This was like a like 2020. And they were like, "Oh, Corey, how do you feel? Would you get the vaccine?" And I said like, "I don't care. I'm young. Like, it doesn't, you know, I'm not." And then like they all started fucking freaking out at me. They were like, "Oh, that's a myth. You know, you're not safe if you're young." And it's just like I can't open my fucking mouth around these people, you know, around anyone, and be honest, except on my channel. And it's like people are like, "Oh, why do you have a channel?" Like I remember, well, I won't say who, but like some people like did say to me like, "Oh, it's not a good idea to share all your life details on a channel." It's like, no one else is fucking listening, so why wouldn't I? You know, if everything you ever say to someone is like a test, then life isn't. That's not even a conversation. These people aren't having conversations. They're just sitting around waiting to say their socially acceptable take on whatever topic they're talking about. Like the same 5 boring bullshit topics that no one gives a fuck about, that they keep exchanging between themselves. And it's like, I don't want to go out with these people. I don't want to see them. I don't want to be home. I already want to go home, to be honest. I don't consider this my home, actually, to be honest. Like, it's my hometown, but I feel really out of place here, to be honest. Like, I felt like a lot more comfortable back at my university, and that's not to say like I felt completely comfortable, because I didn't, but it was certainly better than this. Also, I'm pretty sure my roommates hate me now because like I left like some dishes before I left because I got drunk and I had to leave in a hurry, and Jesse was like complaining in the WhatsApp group chat, and he's a sarky little cunt, he is, let me tell you. He was like, oh, thanks Corey for leaving the washing up, and he was like leaving little kisses, like X and O's in the message, like, thanks for leaving. And it's like, oh, shut up, you stupid. I'm so mad. I'm actually fucking angry. I never get this worked up when I'm recording a video, and I'm not even drunk. I've been sober for days at this point. I made a promise, I'm not drinking alcohol anymore, but I'm so done. Like, I apologize. I'm done apologizing to people. I'm done going out. Fuck this shit, fuck everyone, I'm done. That's the thing as well, like, you people who watch me, you're the only people I like. I hate everyone else in this world. I'm done with this bullshit. Fuck this, I'm done.